Did you ever think that this day was going to come?
I dreamt of this day for 32 years. And I turned 50. It's the best birthday present ever.
An emotional end to what's been a very long road for the women who've come to be known as the Cosby accusers.
You are a sinful and disgusting human being, and until your death, you deserve every bit of suffering that jail time and prison might bring to you.
Mr. Cosby, any comments, sir?
The comedian, once known as America's Dad, Bill Cosby, taken into custody today after being sentenced to 3 to 10 years in total confinement in either county jail or state prison. It's the conclusion to the jury's decision back in April that found him guilty of drugging and sexually assaulting former Temple University employee Andrea Constand in 2004. 81-year-old Cosby now classified as a sexually violent predator.
The fact that he was deemed a violent sexual predator here means not only is he going to have to be treated differently while in prison, but when he gets out, if he gets out, he's going to have to register wherever he lives for the rest of his life.
The Cosby accusations would help ignite the #MeToo movement. More than 60 women have accused the entertainer of sexual misconduct, dozens of them filling the cover of New York Magazine in 2015. Cosby has insisted any sexual encounters with Constand and other accusers were consensual. He plans to appeal his conviction. Today, his publicist staunchly defending his client.
This has been the most racist and sexist trial in the history of the United States.
Even though Cosby was given the chance to have the final word in court prior to sentencing, he chose to remain silent. His accusers did not. Constand wrote a 5-page victim impact statement, which the judge referenced during his sentencing. Bill Cosby took my beautiful, healthy young spirit and crushed it, she wrote. His wife of 54 years, Camille Cosby, not present in court today, but claiming the DA used falsified evidence against her husband, writing in a statement, "We have now learned and will prove that Bill Cosby was denied his right to a fair trial."
He's going to have to serve at least 3 years in prison, not a day less. At that point, he might be eligible for release. The question is he going to survive that time in prison?
6 months ago, the comedian was found guilty of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. A jury of 7 men and 5 women, taking 14 hours to unanimously decide Cosby was guilty of drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constand at his Pennsylvania home in 2004.
This is a life-altering experience for any woman, any victim. And the person who I think needs to be heralded for what she has done is Andrea.
It is the ultimate fall from grace for the comedian once known for his wholesome image. We knew him for his comedy, his shows, and of course, the Jell-O.
You know how the kids love Jell-O pudding.
He was a cultural trailblazer. In 1965, Cosby broke through as the first black actor to star in a lead role in a network show, I Spy.
You should hold like this at the theater.
And in the 1980s, who could forget The Cosby Show? It would be the most watched show of the entire decade.
He made people, especially in the African-American community, feel that the depiction of a dad who was a doctor, who was married to a wife who was very accomplished and who he loved, depicted something about themselves.
Post-Cosby Show, he transitioned from everyone's favorite father to perhaps everyone's crotchety grandfather.
Everybody knows it's important to speak English, except these knuckleheads.
He was sharply critical with the way some people were bringing up their children, sharply critical with the way some young people were behaving.
Early on, there may have been signs to a darker side to Cosby, at least in his comedy routines.
You know anything about Spanish Fly?
One of his more popular gags, a joke about giving a woman an aphrodisiac.
You put some in her drink, man. She...
Rumors of Cosby's alleged behavior had swirled for years, but the spark that seemed to ignite an explosion came from another comedian, Hannibal Buress.
I can talk down to you because I had a successful sitcom. Yeah, it was great living, Bill Cosby, so...
When this clip from Buress' stand-up act went viral in 2014, a flood of women came forward with strikingly similar stories that spanned decades and seemed to follow a pattern. Cosby allegedly drugged his victims, then assaulted them while they were passed out. I sat down with Cosby in 2015.
Good to see you.
As he promoted a nonprofit organization. He was defiant in the face of the women's claims and the effect they might have on his legacy.
Are you concerned at all that, given the allegations, that may overshadow your message?
It's interesting. This is a situation that's unprecedented. My family, my friends, I have been in this business 52 years, and I've never seen anything like this. And reality is the situation. And I can't speak.
A young person comes up to you and says, you know, my mom says you've done some bad things. How will you answer them? If they are pressing you, are you guilty? Did you do it? Are the allegations true?
I am prepared to tell this young person the truth about life.
2 months after that interview, a bombshell civil deposition was released. In it, the description of a 2004 encounter between Cosby and Andrea Constand. Cosby's own words creating the first real cracks in his public image. And tonight, the man who so many women say eluded punishment for so long is spending his first night of many behind bars.
Now, this case was about Andrea Constand, but does it feel like vindication for both of you?
Yes, it does. One of the things that I most was struck by today, that he probably has had the first sense of helplessness that he's ever had in his life. He was taken somewhere he didn't want to go by people he didn't want to go with to do something he didn't want to do, and that's what he inflicted on us. The whole thing is sad. It's not a day for celebration. It's a shame that it ever happened at all.
For Nightline, I'm Lindsay Davis in Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.